Hello, so today we're just going to do some backbending sequence. So if you've got a block, come and sit down kneeling with the block underneath the sitting bones. Don't worry if you haven't got a block, you can always use a cushion. And then just place the hands down onto the lap, closing off the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, face, breathing in and out through the nose. Taking 3 even breaths in and out. And then start to take a circle with the head. So taking the chin over to the right, gazing up towards the ceiling, over to the left, and then bring the chin back towards the left and then down towards the chest. So we'll do that again, taking the chin over to the right, up towards the ceiling, over to the left, and back down towards the chest. So taking that circle in the other direction, start going over to the left, lifting up, chin to the sky, over to the right, and then back to the chest. One more, circling it round. And bringing the chin back to the chest, lifting the chin so it's parallel with the mat. Reach the arms up to the sky, interlace the fingers, turn the palms up towards the sky. The shoulders can come up towards the ears. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, take the arms out to shoulder height, palms face towards you, starting to round out the back. Chin in towards the chest, separating the shoulder blades. And then lifting back up. Release the grip. Take the hands behind the back and just place the hands as if you're putting them into your back pockets, drawing the elbows towards each other, sending the heart forwards, breathing in and out. And then release the hands. Just take a couple of shoulder rolls up, back and down, and then taking it in the other direction. And then coming onto your hands and knees. So if you've got a block or a cushion, just place it to one side and then come up to your hands and knees, spreading out the fingers, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees are hip distance, and then release the belly towards the mat, lifting the chest, lifting the tailbone, arching through the spine. Exhale, rounding the back for cat. So tailbone tucks under, head and neck are relaxed. Inhaling, coming forwards into cow. And then exhaling, rounding the back, navel to spine for cat. Coming back to a neutral position and then start to walk the hands out to the corners of the mat, coming into extended puppy posture, releasing the head down, maybe the chin or the chest. Hips stay high above the knees. Coming back to the breath. And then start to walk the hands back, taking the hips over the heels, coming into a child's pose. Press down through the hands, lift up back to your all fours position, and then tuck the toes under, send the hips high, coming into downward dog. So just give the Head a bit of a shake, yes and no, pedaling out the feet, stretching through the backs of the legs, and then coming to a still downward dog. Come high up onto the tiptoes, ripple forwards into plank, so shoulders over the wrists, and then just start to bend the knees so they drop towards the mat, and then take the hips back towards the heels. Start to lengthen the backs of the legs and then release the heels down. So we'll take that again, rippling forwards, bending the knees, taking the hips back, and then stretching the backs of the legs. So maybe speeding it up a little bit, just rippling forwards from plank, and then back to downward dog. Coming back to your downward dog and then taking it in the other direction. So bending the knees, start to bring the chest forwards and then lift up to downward dog. So bringing a bit of movement into the spine and then finishing in your downward dog. Breathing in and out through the nose, and then start to walk the feet up towards the hands, keeping the feet hip distance, folding over the legs, taking opposite elbows, take a little sway from side to side, relaxing the head and the neck. Releasing the hands slowly, rolling up to standing, stacking the vertebra, slight bend of the knees, chin in towards the chest, lifting all the way up. And then when you reach the top of the mat, take the arms high, inhaling. As you exhale, take the hands back, again putting them into those imaginary back pockets, opening the chest, drawing the shoulder blades and the elbows towards each other. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, and then this time taking the arms to cactus shape, drawing the elbows back, gaze going up towards the ceiling, and then bringing the hands to the heart center, heel toe the feet together, coming to the top of your mat. So come back to the breath, connecting with the breath in and out through the nose, and then bending the knees, sink the hips towards the mat, coming into chair pose, reaching the arms forwards and up, breathing in and out. And then release the hands down to the mat. Step back into a downward dog. And then come high up onto tiptoes, forwards into plank. Drop the knees down, untuck the toes, bend the elbows, and come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, lifting the chest and the chin, coming to baby cobra, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. And then releasing the hands, using the back muscles. Release the hands back down to the mat. Press through the hands. Lift up to all fours. Tuck the toes under. Send the hips back. Downward dog. From downward dog, keep the left foot where it is. Sweep the right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. And then step the right foot up towards the right thumb. Lowering the back knee down to the mat. Keeping the left hand where it is, reach the right arm up to the sky. And then place the right hand down to the inside of the right foot and take the left arm up to the sky. Lift the back knee And then release the left foot down to the mat and come up to your warrior two. So gazing over the right fingers, reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then come back to your warrior two. Straighten the legs, spin the right toes forwards, and then take the hands onto the hips. Squeeze the glutes as you send the hips forward, elbows draw towards each other, little back bend. And then lifting all the way back up, hinging from the hips, folding forwards. Release the hands down to the mat. Coming up to spider fingers, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And then release the hands to the hips, press down through the feet, come all the way up to standing. Turn the left toes to the back of the mat, bending the left knee, reaching the arms out for warrior two. Reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then windmill the arms either side of the front foot and step back into your downward dog. From downward dog, come high up onto tiptoes, rippling forwards into plank. Drop the knees down and tuck the toes, come all the way down onto the belly. Taking the hands a little bit wider, about mat width, elbows pointing up towards the sky. Gaze down to the tip of the mat and then inhaling, lifting up, coming to a wide cobra. And then releasing all the way back down. Take the hands back in towards the chest, press through the hands, lift up to all fours, tuck the toes, send the hips high, downward dog. From downward dog this time, keeping the right foot down, sweeping the left leg up to the sky, and then stepping the left foot forwards up towards the left thumb, lower the back knee, left arm reaches up to the sky, and then place the left hand down to the inside of the left foot, and the right arm reaches up to the sky. Lift the right knee and then lower that back foot down, lifting up, warrior two. So gazing over the left middle finger, reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior, reaching back, and then come back to your warrior two. Straighten the legs, turn the left toes so the feet are parallel, and then take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeezing the glutes, finding that little back bend as you send the hips forward. And then lifting all the way back up, hinging from the hips, folding forwards, bringing the arms overhead. Coming back to the breath, in and out through the nose, and then press down through the feet to come all the way up to standing. Releasing the hands, take the arms to shoulder height, turn the right toes back to the top of the mat, rebend the right knee, and then windmill the arms either side of the front foot. Stepping back into your downward dog. From downward dog, come high up onto tiptoes, rippling forwards into plank, either dropping knees and onto the belly or taking a chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog or cobra. And then exhaling, taking it back to downward dog. Taking a couple of breaths in your downward dog and then coming high up onto the tiptoes, bending the knees, look to the hands, walk or step or hop to the top of the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Start to bend the knees as the hips drop towards the mat, reaching the arms out in front into your chair position. And then pressing through the feet, come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Relaxing the shoulders, just coming back to the breath. And then on an inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, folding forwards, taking the hands down to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, hands come down, stepping or jumping back to your plank position. And then as slowly as you can, bending the elbows, but keeping the elbows close to the body. Lower all the way down onto your front. So take the hands to the sides of the body and then interlace the fingers, lift behind the back, lift the chest and the chin, squeezing the shoulder blades together, drawing the hands towards the back of the mat, and then option to lift the legs as well. Release all the way down to the mat, making a pillow with the hands, and just turn the head towards the right. You can always bend the knees and drop the feet from side to side, just windscreen wiping the legs, just to release the lower back. And then place the tops of the feet back down on the mat, turning the head back to center, and then this time reaching the arms out in front. So gaze still towards the tip of the mat, and then lifting the arms away from the mat and lifting the legs away as well. Option to bend the knees and then reach the arms back behind you, finding the outside or the inside of the feet, lifting the knees, lifting the chest, coming into your bow pose. And then exhale, release all the way down. This time making a pillow with the hands, turning the head towards the left. And again, you can always bend the knees, dropping the feet from side to side. Turn the head back to center, releasing the tops of the feet down. Hands come either side of the chest. Press through the hands. Take it to all fours and then release all the way back to your child's pose. Rolling the forehead across the mat, moving the hips from side to side. And then lifting back up to that kneeling position. Crossing the ankles, extend the feet out in front or swing the legs around. And then bring the hips up towards the heels and come to lie down onto your backs. So keeping the feet hip distance, knees pointing up towards the sky. And then tilt the pelvis so the hip bones that are pointing up towards the ceiling come towards you and the arch of the back lowers down towards the mat. Squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips as high as you can. And then maybe rolling from one shoulder to the other, interlacing the fingers underneath the back. Keep pressing down through the feet, lifting the hips high, squeezing the glutes. Imagine you've got a block between the thighs, so just holding it there. And then release the hands, slowly lower one vertebra at a time back down to the mat. When the hips drop down, windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. And then we'll come back to that bridge position. So keeping the feet hip distance, you might just be able to reach the backs of the heels with the fingertips and then press through the feet. Tilt the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, lifting up. Option to interlace the fingers, or maybe taking the hands underneath the lower back towards the sacrum. And you can always do this with the block as well. Option from here, if you're feeling steady and stable, you can lift one leg away from the mat, point the toes up to the sky, and then release that foot back down. Switching to the other side, lifting one leg, extending it to the sky, and then release the foot back down. If you've got a block or the hands underneath, lift the hips so you can remove the hands or the block. If you are interlacing the hands, just move the hands out of the way and then slowly come all the way back down. Again, give the knees a bit of a windscreen wipe from side to side. And then coming back to center, drawing the knees into the chest. And then take the arms either to cactus or a capital T and drop both knees over to the right. Option to take the gaze to the left. Shoulders are relaxed. And then lift the head back to center. Knees come back to center using the core muscles. And then let the knees drop over to the other side. Gaze to the right. From here, bring the head back to center. And then take the right arm across the body to join the left, just pausing for a couple of breaths on your side. And then whenever you feel ready, pressing the top hand into the mat, lifting yourself back to an easy cross-legged or back to a kneeling position. Shoulders are relaxed. And then reach the arms above the head as you inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Connecting with the breath. Giving your body some thanks for all that it does. And then take the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Inhale. And then exhale, folding forwards. Thank you very much. See you next time.